At the park, I froze when Officer Ruiz appeared out of nowhere and said, "You shouldn't have that USB." My hand instinctively went to my hoodie pocket. The small black drive was still there, pressing against my palm like a pulse. "What USB?" I said, my voice cracking. He gave me a look, not angry, not even suspicious. More like someone who just realized I was standing in the middle of a live wire. "The one you found under the bench," he said quietly. "That's not something you should be holding." I swallowed. "You saw me pick it up?" "I saw enough," he said. "Listen carefully, Evan. Someone's looking for that USB. If they find you first, it won't end well." Before I could respond, a jogger rounded the fountain, the same woman I'd noticed earlier. She slowed when she saw us, her phone still to her ear, eyes narrowing slightly before she turned the other way. "Who is she?" I asked. Ruiz's jaw tightened. "That's one of the reasons you need to move. Now, take it to the station. Don't plug it in. Don't let anyone touch it. My partner's waiting." My stomach flipped. "What's even on it?" He hesitated. "Something people are willing to kill for." That was enough for me. I ran. The city blurred around me. Every shadow looked like a person. Every parked car felt like it was watching. I clutched the USB like it was my lifeline, half running, half dodging through traffic. Halfway to the station, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Turn around." I didn't. I just kept running. The text came again. "Now." I glanced over my shoulder and froze. The jogger from the park was following me, walking fast, hand in her jacket. Panic exploded in my chest. I ducked into a narrow alley between a pawn shop and a laundromat. My lungs burned as I crouched behind a dumpster. My phone buzzed again. New message. "They're tracking you through your phone. Ditch it." Ruiz. It had to be. I threw the phone into a puddle, stomped on it, and kept running. When I reached the bridge near downtown, I stopped to catch my breath, and that's when a black sedan screeched around the corner. Two men jumped out. I bolted. The first one lunged, grabbing my backpack. I swung around, my elbow connecting with his face. He stumbled, cursing. The other one reached for my pocket, fingers brushing the USB. Pure instinct took over. I punched him square in the jaw. Pain shot up my arm, but he dropped. I didn't look back. My legs moved on adrenaline alone. Cars honked as I darted across the street. A delivery truck nearly clipped me before I ducked behind it. For a second, I saw my reflection in the window. Sweat, dirt, fear, and barely recognized myself. The station was 5 blocks away. But then, from across the street, the jogger shouted my name. "Evan, stop!" Her voice was sharp, desperate. I hesitated just for a second, and she pulled something from her jacket. Not a firearm, a badge. "Detective Alvarez," she said quickly. "Ruiz sent me." My brain spun. "You were chasing me. I was keeping you alive," she snapped. "Ruiz's cover's blown. They're onto him. You can't go to the station because it's compromised." Everything in me screamed not to trust her. But then, from the opposite corner, I saw the black sedan again. The man I'd punched was limping out, pointing right at me. "Evan, move!" she yelled. I ran toward her. Together, we ran through the subway entrance as the men shouted behind us. She grabbed my wrist and pulled me onto a train just as the doors slid shut. For the first time in what felt like hours, I could breathe. "Tell me what's on this," I demanded, holding up the USB. She looked around, lowering her voice. "Proof. Our informant copied everything and hid it in that park bench. He didn't make it out." My stomach twisted. "He's dead?" She nodded. "And now whoever's behind it wants that drive gone for good." The train screeched to a stop. She stood. "Next stop, the safe house." We slipped off the platform and down a side stairwell. When we reached an unmarked door, she knocked twice. It opened to reveal Ruiz. He looked rough. There was blood on his sleeve, dirt on his face, but he was alive. "Good work, kid," he said, ushering us in. I dropped the USB on the table. "You said take it to the station. What the hell was I running from?" He sighed, pulling off his jacket. "Half the department, probably. The people we were investigating. They're not just politicians. They've got cops on payroll, tech guys, city officials. We needed someone clean to make the handoff." "Me?" He nodded. "No one would suspect a kid." The reality hit hard. All that running, the fear, the pain. It wasn't random. It was calculated. I was bait. "So what happens now?" I asked quietly. He plugged the USB into a secured laptop. For a tense minute, the screen flickered with encrypted files. Then, dozens of names appeared. Council members, officers, business owners, all tied to bribes, payoffs, and trafficking data. "This is it," Ruiz said, exhaling. "Months of work. You just blew open the biggest corruption case this city's ever seen." The room went silent. Then Alvarez smiled. "You did good, Evan." For the first time all day, I felt something other than fear. I felt proud.